Hi guys, and welcome to this long-awaited review of me continually forgetting to put my microphone in the right position. Anyway, this is the BMP-3. It has been around in armoured warfare for a long time and has been actually quite notable for the BMP apocalypse back in the closed alpha test, where the 100mm shells would always deal max damage to everything they hit. That was a fun PvE game. And then before 2.0, the BMPs had missiles that would do 600 to 800 damage. The autocannon would do 100, so it would basically shred everyone. And you may say that the BMP-3 has fallen far from grace. I would kindly disagree. The BMP-3, generally speaking, is better than the BMD-4. It's quite flexible. It can do many roles on the battlefield. It can kill tanks, it can kill AFVs, it can run away from light tanks, it can give artillery the middle finger, because who the fuck plays artillery? And generally it's a pretty solid all-round vehicle. Now, it comes on, if I can actually friggin' find it, it comes on Wolfie's branch, on the fire support line. And it has the subtle movement tag, which doesn't really explain much, but okay. Anyway, so this continues on from the BMPs, but this has a notable difference in that this is the first one equipped with ERA. Now, the ERA won't save you from armor-piercing rounds. It can help versus high explosive shells, particularly if they hit around this area, and this also means that heat rounds and sometimes missiles coming into the turret in this place can often bounce as well. But I still wouldn't think of it as a 100% guaranteed protection. It's more of a, it happens occasionally. This is usually proved because everybody just aims for this part, which is flat and big, or the gun mantle. And of course you also have the giant backside of the vehicle completely exposed as well. So, when you first get it, what do you want to do? Well, I would say the first thing you want to get is the missile. And maybe you want to click that as well. Yeah, let's just buy that. So the first thing you want to do is go along firepower. So your basic missile comes around. Let's have a look. So your basic missile comes with 600 pen heat. That's fine, but the 700 pen of heat is a lot better as well. You will also get better AP shells as well. You have a jump of 54, which will go from you being able to only penetrate the sides of MBTs, only being able to penetrate the rear of MBTs, to going to be able to pen them on the sides. The high explosive shells, I don't know, you may as well go full AP, and you also have a nice stock of 100mm high explosive. Now this can actually be useful for firing at long range, and they are deadly against AFVs such as VBLs, Weasels, Foxes, Sabres, Scorpion Castets, you name it. It's a pretty all-purpose vehicle, and one of the few vehicles in armoured warfare that you're probably going to have all four slots filled. So, anyway, what next? So we either have a choice between the ERA, the smoke grenades, or a better engine. Now, the vehicle goes fine without the engine, so what you want to do is you want to invest on the smoke grenade. The normal smoke grenade gives you 2 volleys and takes 60 seconds to reload. This one provides 8 volleys with a 2-round magazine. It's better, basically. You also get a bunch of improved autoloader, enhanced driver. I have no idea what that means. Presumably we slap some things on him, and you also get a 600 horsepower engine. Now you get a choice between presumably a troop compartment and a okay, so you get a reconnaissance package. You should probably stick these, and you also get an extra 30 meters of vision range from being stationary, which is good. And you also get a troop compartment, which is useful in PvE, I suppose. It's not really that useful in PvP or co-ops, really, because when you're going to take this thing into the cap circle. Anyway, let's compare it to the other AFVs in its tier. So we'll do that. BMD-4, BVP, Fox. Maybe I should shut Facebook down, that's probably a good idea. So we have the Fox, and we have the Sabre, the Kastet, I have no idea how to pronounce that. There you go, that's all the vehicles in the AFE category of tier 6, that doesn't count. So, as you can see here, the BMP-3 and the BMP-4 count their high explosive shells as damage, but as we can all see here, it's 17 to 20 damage. So on average, it's around roughly the same as these guys. Penetration of 700, lovely. Unfortunately, it's also counting the autocannons here, but we can also reasonably be sure that the Scorpion has 800. So you can say that the BMPs probably have roughly the lowest penetration here, but the missiles are quite agile, and as well it also has relatively good DPM, and I hope we can actually change those at some point. Because it's kind of weird, just saying. I don't know. Anyway, hull points wise, it's got a very decent chunk. It's beating out the BVP, and it's the only one of these equipped with VRA. The turret is meh, but the camo range is actually pretty decent. Roughly the same camo range as the Fox. A little bit better than the Sabre and the Kastet, but the vision range does lack compared to the BMD4. But it's a little bit better than the rest. And the gun depression is basically Soviet, so there's no point going about that. Maximum deviation is pretty good. These are all autocannons, and I'm pretty sure comparing these is actually a mess to begin with. So, anyway. Let's not do this for the Scorpion Kastet and go back to the BMP-3. Okay, so there are the choice of two commanders you want to take on this thing, and it depends on you what to do. Sabrina is the battle bus commander. She gives you a whole load of skills. So ammo swap speed, you only really do that just so you can get up to that line, because, well, who the fuck really needs a driver lesson? You may as well get better ammo swap speed. Some camouflage, foliage, smooth drive, 50% module damage. 22% crew extra crew damage, and some vigilance as well. So she's the kind of commander you want to take if you want to be playing an active role on Armored Warfare. You know, run around, shoot things, blow shit up. That. There is also the other choice of having Erin, who is there. And Erin basically gives you far better foliage, camouflage, and stuff. So let's have a look at the utility stats. So 42% camo, 50 while stopped, 463, 493. So if we take Erin, I can never find Erin. Those are changed to be worse apparently. I can assure you they're actually better. I think it's the game having... Warfare's been slow today. Yeah, Erin is actually better for spotting, by the way. It's just the game just mulling around a little bit. God damn, Armored Warfare, I'm trying to do a review when you're screwing up my stuff here. So, anyway, good chunk of AP rounds. Always take your missiles, some high explosive shells as well, and free key for your high explosive shells. You could change those to free for HE, but personally that's what I do. Driver wise, you're probably going to want to take off-road driving and spin to win, or you could always take field repair for when you get tracked. But then again, if you get tracked in an AFE, you're probably going to die, so that choice is up to you really. You don't have a loader, you have an auto loader, so you only have a gunner, so accuracy for a better accuracy for your autocannon and preventative maintenance as well, or you could just go with these. Standard skills apply: surplus parts crate, first aid cabinet, improved fire extinguisher, because everybody is firing heat or missiles around today, and trust me, you don't want to get caught on fire, and a PV field rebuild kit. And trust me, when you get tracked in an AFE, and you will do, you're going to want that surplus part crates. So otherwise, this thing is a little bit up to you. Generally speaking, I usually go for an improved gun breach, electronic absorbing paint, and either augmented optics or telescopic lenses. If you're going for pure Erin camouflage, you're probably going to want to drop the maybe the gun breach for the telescopic lenses. That's up to you really. You could go for a missile control unit, but I've never really found these missiles to have that much of an issue. They've always been fast, they've always been relatively agile, and to be honest, it's tier 6. The only time you ever really want to take missiles that are controllable are those with a long reload time, such as the BVP, the Fox, the Kastet, the Sabre, etc. So, It's a fun, fast, flexible vehicle. Let's have a look at some games. So this is Random Battles, Pipelines, Middle East Assault map, and we are going to be on the defending side. Now, I did my job. The purpose of this is to show you the firepower of the vehicle, not really the mobility or anything, to be honest. We have the advantage in AFVs here. I would say that the BMD-4, the BMP-3 and the BVP will beat out a BMD and a Scorpion. We have a Stingray, they have a Centauro. We mostly have AFVs here. They have a Merkavas and stuff. They have a bunch of VBLs, whereas our tier 5 lineup seems to be comprised of more mixed vehicles. So they have the faster VBLs, but those VBLs. And doubtlessly they're going to be equipped with Pele rounds, means that if I get into a damage fight with them, I'm going to need to have that high explosive shell ready, or at the very least shove a missile into them, because otherwise they'll shred me. So a usual place to go on this map for me is go to the hill, and preferably not bump into the rocks, and spot on the hill to see what's coming around on this part of the map. That VBL spotted a Sheridan and a Starship, so he's doing my job for me, and somebody has already killed a Sheridan. Well done, Sheridan. And unfortunately I barged into our VBL there. Unfortunately the bug is up again, but I am aiming for the hull of the Starship, which you should always do. And look at how fast this thing reloads. I've got a 5.33 second reload. I can basically quite happily shove these out at people. Something you don't want to do when firing the missile with this is a public service announcement, is when you're firing the missile you don't want to switch to your autocannon. What that does is that it removes the free aim of the missile, so to speak, so you can aim anywhere, such as I can basically aim a missile down, I can aim it there, but when you switch to your autocannon you're now in the autocannon sight. So if I'm firing a missile, say down here, and I switch to my autocannon, I suddenly can't hit them and my missile will go up. That will actually be a point of contention in the next video. And then as you can see I hit that Magak over there. So the missiles, they don't do as much damage as you want them to, but you get a lot of them and they're relatively fast firing. So this makes this vehicle pretty good for extended operations, and it also means that given the fast swap of the missile to the autocannon, you can continually pump out shells at people. For instance, a Fox has to fire both of its missiles and it has to get out. This thing can fire its missile, autocannon, missile, autocannon, missile, autocannon, you name it. Now things are going relatively badly for our team here. We have a Merkava 2C that's camping all the way over back, and as usual the vast majority of our AFVs are all camped around here. I would argue that BMD-4 should at least be over here. The Rukiak gets a pass because it has a cannon, because the main issue with having missile vehicles over here is the travel time, and when vehicles pop up and down for a while, they won't be able to hit them. So there's a Merkava 1 over there, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So I'm going to shoot him. 446. He bounced. Well, he missed. And the good thing about this is that the ERA actually protected me here, which is good. So the Merkava 1, if you didn't know, has a ready rack, but its shells have a very long time, and what I'm doing is that I'm baiting this guy into firing all of my guns, and I don't think he can hit for shit. See, one more, same on fire, and unfortunately he did hit me on that time. So there's a VBL over there, and I've done 4,340 damage. I've done twice my damage in hit points. I will chuck that up as a good game. And now, unfortunately, my team has basically lost the side of the map. If our Merkava was over there, as well as the Stingray, the BMD-2, we'd have this flank covered. And unfortunately for now... Anyway, do you remember I told you about the autocannon combination? I've just taken off half the health of a BBL. That's pretty decent, I'll say so. Unfortunately, I do miss this IT-1. And unfortunately, the game is done for me. The majority of my team were basically being a bunch of morons. There's not much you can do about that, but as you can see here, this thing does a lot of damage relatively quickly. If you're good with it, you can continue to pump shots down at people, and Armoured Warfare will recognise that you're so good at the game it will stop responding. That's not my fault. So, the next video will be pre-recorded. as Armored Warfare's replay system is currently a little bit bought for me, so I hope you enjoy that. So what we can gather from this game is did a lot of damage in a short amount of time. The armor worked, kind of, and apparently you don't get much credits for doing twice your damage in hit points, allegedly. That's probably because we lost. Anyway, I did the highest amount of damage in our team. The VBR and Scorpion and the Stingray did a hell of a lot more damage than me, but then again they were in the game a lot faster than I was, and as you can see here, camping in the back of the map is not a good idea. Just saying. The BMD-4, I'll give him a pass. He did okay. The Stingray was with me. And our Merkava, who was all the way at the back of the map, did just 3 shells worth of damage. So, please don't sit at the map with your BMPs. It's not good. Anyway, pre-recorded game. Right. We are top tier. So, kinda unsure. Okay, well, so why have they got an IS-7 in the platoon? I don't get it. Okay. So, I'm gonna go there. And I'm gonna spot. I'm gonna see things. I'm just gonna go for it. I feel like people are just still playing Object 279s and they haven't really realised that it's not really that good anymore. Being bumped up a tier with only what is basically 20mm and more pen is not going to help. But for now, we'll go to the spot. We'll see what's going on, and then we'll work out something from there. Okay, camping, more camping, lots of camping. So ideally, they shouldn't really be able to see me, but at the very least, it's good to be able to be down here. So let's see what's going on. Let's pop that. Okay, there's a TADB down there. So if y'all would like to shoot him, and I spot him again. Okay, he's spotted. That's a 279 Fahrenheit explosive. Let's see what else is down there. Okay, nobody else is pushing down there. Why is the B there? What does he think he's doing? Because these guys are now relying on me to spot for them. There he is. Just that little bit of view range allows me to go for him. Here's again. Okay, you know, fuck it, I'm not going to bother with that TAD. Let's just go down here. We're going to go for that VBR. Fox is there. Something else is shooting me. What is shooting me though? Okay, for now we need to just keep moving. You know, dunk into this bit here, VBR, wonderful. Okay, so the VBR's got a missile. So, even if he hits me, I've got the hit points to sponge it up. And to basically completely massacre him on the next shot. So, let's just go for him. Hi, VBR. Oh shit, it's a Sheridan. Back up. Okay, I can take a hit from the Sheridan. He should bounce on the array. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep spotting him. Where is he? Where did you go, Sheridan? Okay, the Sheridan's run. Identify target. Beautiful. The very agile missile here. Allows us to nail one on that fox. Sheridan's down there though. Why is he down there? What are you doing down there, Sheridan?
Identify. Hostile truck.
Why? Oh fuck me. Okay, so if we're just gonna suicide here, let's fucking suicide in style. Get the missile going. Okay, that Sheridan's gonna get that expert is gonna get massacred by the Sheridan. So what we're gonna do, load the autocannon, and we're just gonna go straight for the goddamn Sheridan. Hi Sherry, what's going on? Okay, he's down. Let's go for the RDF. RDF's dead. Okay, there's a saber down there as well. Pretty sure he's gonna have issues versus me. Because if this is a straight damage race, I'm gonna win. Back up, smoke, go. Just fucking run. Oh, there's Sheridan. Wonderful. Oh, he's gonna fucking kill me. I know it. No, he isn't. Oh. What was that Sheridan doing there? I don't know. As you can see, this thing quite literally has firepower in shades. In spades. I'll use it. That's a pretty good game for a review. Just saying. I'll take it. So, as we can gather from all of these games, this is a fast, fun, punchy vehicle. And to be honest, I would always recommend the BMP line, due to their higher hit points, ERA, relatively fast, well, pretty fast firing missile. That missile reload would be fast for an MBT in a light tank, let alone an AFE. The autocannon is pretty pew-pew, good penetration though, and it can, generally speaking, this is more of a generalist setup with Sabrina, so you can pretty much fill most roles in the game. You can outspot light tanks and anything except dedicated recon AFEs. It's a fun little vehicle, and to be honest, I would give this tank one push into the folder gap out of a atomic bomb. Anyway, that's it for me now. I hope you enjoyed the review, and I hope you do get your hands on these, and when you do, I very much hope you enjoy the BMP-3. The BMP-3M does have a very general playstyle to this, but due to the tier it's in, its upgraded stats, and what it gets, it should be covered in another video soon. There is a poll going up for the vehicles to be reviewed next week, and the weeks coming after that, as we have finished our first installment. So that's that. Like and subscribe. I'm going to do these every week. If I get up to 800 subscribers, I'll do 2 reviews every week, and I will certainly try not to sound like I'm enjoying it. For now, take care guys, and if you'd like to support the stream and me, there is a Streamlabs description below. Maybe help out with their plane ticket to get to my wedding. Every penny helps. So take care guys, and see you all next time.